The following is a production of Hometown and Home Country Radio Sports.
It's a big one tonight in high school volleyball action. We are underway. Buckle your seatbelts, everyone. Pushed over the net by Niemeyer. Now Baskey setting up Crooks. Short set. Crooks hammers it home. 7-4 Golden Bears. It's fielded by Lichter. Now Olish setting for Crooks. Crooks attacks and it's over. Audie Crooks a definitive kill. And Bishop Garrigan marches on to the second round of the postseason. Kobe serves. Knuckleball down the middle. Meyer to the knees to play it. Stevens to Von Bank. Free ball back to the Garrigan side. Bodie passes to Baskey. Here comes Joyce. Joyce attacks. It's over. It's over. Bishop Garrigan has survived set number 5. They rally to win 15-13.
Video streaming on the Algona Radio YouTube channel is brought to you by Kemna Auto Center, where it's not just about the car, it's about the care. Algona Municipal Utilities, community owned for community benefit. Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona. Iowa State Bank, helping people succeed. And Algona State Farm Insurance Agent Billy Offerman. Now, here's Sports Director Tyler Lance.
Good evening, everyone. We are live from Bishop Garrigan High School for top of Iowa West volleyball action. The West Hancock Eagles making a short trip down Highway 18 to visit the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears tonight. It's the 6-19 Golden Bears against the 0-23 Eagles. Both teams are really struggling right now. Both teams see this as a potential get-right type of match. I'm Tyler Lance, my partner's Beanie Bodie tonight. And Beanie, it's been a little bit of a tough go here lately for the Golden Bears. They defeated West Hancock at their home tournament back on September 23rd, but no wins since then. They lost a few at their home tournament. They lost to Forest City this past week, but then had a big week of practice, 1 week since their last match, and now they can try to make some adjustments here heading into tonight against West Hancock.
Boy, these Golden Bears have had some close matches, none other than their home tournament. I was in that gym. Boy, they played North Union really tough. They played West Bend really tough, came down to the wire in game 3 of all those, and they were just not quite strong enough to overcome those opponents. But boy, they're just on the cusp of so many wins this year. But yeah, 6 wins coming in, playing the West Hancock team with 0 wins. But that doesn't mean that it's not going to be a fun night, because one thing I appreciate about volleyball is it's just a fun game. And you see this even after high school. It's one of those sports that you play, rec league, beach volleyball, sand volleyball. It's always fun. It's a fun game regardless of the record.
No doubt about it. As we talked about the records, West Hancock coming in at 0-23. They're actually looking for their first set win of the season, so they have not won a match. They have also not won a set. They're 0-54. They also lost the final 5 sets of last season, so they've dropped 59 straight sets. But again, they're looking at a Garrigan team that has, a worse record than the past couple of years, coming in at 6-19 and seeing an opportunity to maybe grab a set or two here on the road and give Garrigan something to think about. West Hancock and Bishop Garrigan, obviously geographically they're rivals, and they always have heated contests in each and every sport. But definitely here in volleyball, it's been Bishop Garrigan over West Hancock. We talked about that home tournament. Bishop Garrigan beat West Hancock 2-0 in that one, 21-11 and 21-6. That was Garrigan's most recent win, as Reagan Murphy had 7 kills in that match. The important thing for Bishop Garrigan was they served really well against West Hancock, and they made the Eagles play defense. Golden Bears had 10 aces, and they had 98% serve efficiency. They were 47-48, only had 1 service error. So I think if you're Garrigan tonight, you're just getting those serves into play. You've got to force West Hancock to play defense and try to force them to make a mistake.
Totally right, Tyler. Good analysis there. Got to get your serves in. Serves in will force that West Hancock team to handle the ball. And when teams are coming in with 6 wins, 0 wins, whatever the case may be, if you don't have a winning record, it's not because you're playing dynamite opponents night in and night out. It's because your team has some weaknesses, and one of those weaknesses is likely making some errors. We're talking about hitting the ball into the net. We're talking about missed serves on your own, bad passes, net calls, just all the many unforced errors you see throughout the night in volleyball. We're going to see some tonight for sure, Tyler. I'm sure we are. And it's those unforced errors. Whoever can keep those unforced errors to a minimum, going to win this match tonight.
So Bishop Garrigan and West Hancock coming up in a few minutes here on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream. We'll step aside for a few messages from our sponsors and come back for tonight's first serve next on KLGZ 98.5 FM and AM 1600.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
American Glass. For all your glass needs, think American.
Farm Bureau Financial Agents Dave Beisch, Jason Brace, Daniel Foth, and Michael Tull.
Chemco Tires. They're all you need to know about tires and service.
Weichert Realtors, the 515 Agency, a fresh approach to real estate.
Feed Mill Coffee Company, where community connects.
Iowa Lakes Community College. Your community, your college.
Lusher Family Dentistry, serving your family since 1965 on Call Street in Algona.
PMC Advantage Insurance Services, insuring our neighbors for over 80 years.
Walker Chiropractic and Wellness, caring for Algona, Sway City, and the surrounding areas with chiropractic, nutritional, and physical therapy services.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Are you tired of listening to high school football that sounds like this?
Number 3 throws the ball to number 11 as he'll make a gain on the play.
Then tune in at 6 every Friday night on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Takes the snap, look at the throw, steps up, looking deep down the middle. He's got a man behind the defense. It's Caden Weber, makes the catch at the 2-yard line.
Furch back to throw. He's feeling some pressure up the middle and he escapes left. He's going to take it and run it. He has an opening. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Right before halftime, Furch runs it in for 17 yards.
This Friday night, it's the Algona Bulldogs against the Humboldt Wildcats on KLGA and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears against the GTRA Titans on KLGZ.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Reeves Wicked Good Bar and Grill. For wicked good food, drinks, and service, you gotta go to Reeves.
CB Grain Solutions, satisfaction guaranteed.
New Way K&H Co-op, delivering exceptional value through knowledge and innovation.
Dump it. They do the dirty work so you don't have to.
Albert Electric. Flip the switch to Albert Electric.
Grassmasters, growing satisfied customers.
Greg Penning and Company, certified public accountants, where everyone counts.
Yemlin Builders and Apartments, quality apartments for rent, beauty and craftsmanship that will never go out of style.
Daylight Donuts, open early with delicious donuts and great coffee.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Let's get to it. High school volleyball action here on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream. It's the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears and the West Hancock Eagles. Golden Bears trying to snap an 8-match losing streak. West Hancock looking for their first win of the season. Beanie, your final keys before tonight's first serve.
It's senior night. Those seniors are going to try to look cool. They just got to go out and play their game, especially getting those aforementioned serves in play.
So getting those serves in play, it's going to be a big factor. Bishop Garrigan got 47 of 48 of those last time they faced West Hancock. West Hancock has struggled against Bishop Garrigan for a very, very long time. They have not defeated Bishop Garrigan in a single set since the 2015 season when they lost 3-1 against the Golden Bears. So Golden Bears have taken 40 straight sets against the Eagles. The winning streak as far as matches is concerned goes back even further. So West Hancock seeing an opportunity tonight to try to change that as the Eagles come out down on the left side of your screen here on the YouTube channel. They are wearing the red uniforms with the white lettering and numbering on the front and back, and the black pants with the white shoes. Bishop Garrigan down to our right, they have the black uniforms with the long sleeves, the gold Bishop Garrigan on the front, and the numbers on the front and back also in gold. And the Golden Bears getting set here. Last couple home matches, Beanie, just tonight and Thursday against Newell Fonda.
Extra kudos to Coach Schnur and Coach Craig tonight. It's senior night. They've got all the seniors started on the floor. That is pretty cool. There are 6 seniors, the perfect number to start them all on a volleyball court. And that was really nice. Shout out, see the seniors huddle up, because as we all know in sports, there's a lot of people that play on the bench, and they're cheering, supporting all season long. And playing on the bench is still super important. And there's some girls out on the floor getting to see some court time. Here we go.
That's a great senior night tradition as the first serve is in the air. Aller serving it to West Hancock. And a swing and a miss. Point for Bishop Garrigan. Peyton Whipple couldn't connect on third contact. And it's 1-0 Bishop Garrigan. So Alish back to serve again. Alish right now leading the Golden Bears with 28 aces. Serves it end over end, touched by Whipple initially. Second contact made by Johnson. It's hit over the net by West Hancock into the corner. Kyra Dyke hits the ceiling ball. Alish sets it up. It's a cross-court attack by Madeline Bronk, and that's going to be a point for Garrigan.
Nice job by Bronk. She's one of those seniors. Spent a lot of time cheering for her teammates on the bench during these varsity contests. Gets in here and there. She gets the first kill of the game. Great job, Madeline Bronk, from the outside hit. Big hit.
Bronk, Murphy, and Lichter set up in the front row for Bishop Garrigan as there's a serve going out of bounds, giving a point back to West Hancock, and that'll make it a 2-1 score right now for the Golden Bears.
It's a rare miss by Sasha Alish. As you said, she's the best server on the team there as far as the stats go. 28 aces, but that one just sailed just past the line. Coach Marty Wadley watching that end line close.
Faith Steenblock, the junior setter for West Hancock, serves. Murphy hammers for Garrigan. Can't put it down, though. Ball got tipped to the net. Steenblock up into the front row. Tapped back over by Whitney Johnson, and the Golden Bears have Bodie. Bodie to Bronk. Bronk floats it over the net. A nice dig out there by Steenblock. West Hancock overpasses. Murphy tries to hammer, but got way underneath that. And a point for West Hancock to tie it up at 2.
Murphy might have jumped a little too early. Tyler, you ever be that spot where you jump too soon and you try to hang in the air, but then realize you have 0 hang time?
That's a tough one as the serve's off the top of the net. Almost an ace. Nice tip, though, by Bronk. And Murphy gets the free ball back over to West Hancock. Johnson in the middle, hits it to the Garrigan back row to Bodie. Alish setting it up, far side Lichter. Lichter cross-court attack. Was that in? No, it was not. It just missed. And 3 straight points for West Hancock to go up 3-2.
Oh, so close. They're putting Coach Marty Wadley of the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bear football team to work as a line judge. He's had 2 nail-biter calls already.
High looping serve by Steenblock. Bodie to Alish. Backside attack by Murphy, and she hammers it home. That'll tie it up at 3.
Well, I love that backside attack, and so do the Golden Bears tonight. Alish has set that one twice. That time they get that far corner. West Hancock can't cover the whole floor. You just have to find the spots that are open.
Now Reagan Murphy serving for Bishop Garrigan. Line drive serving to the back row, and that's an ace. It handcuffed Eden Nielsen back there, and Murphy makes it 4-3 Golden Bears.
Boy, Reagan Murphy really went for that one. She put a charge into that serve, just skimmed over the top of the net. Might as well go for it. The senior serving on senior night.
That is ace number 23 for Reagan Murphy this season. Steenblock setting up Johnson, and Johnson swung and missed. Really mistimed the jump that time, Beanie, and came up empty to make it 5-3 Garrigan.
Another victim of hang time. You just can't float in the air. It would be so great if humans could.
Murphy, a sinking serve dug out in the back row by Aubrey Madsen. And a free ball back over by West Hancock. Murphy to Alish. On second contact, gets it to Elena Casey for the push over the net. And that one's not getting back over. Elena Casey gets the kill as Garrigan is doubling up West Hancock 6-3.
Big smiles from Elena Casey, another senior on the Garrigan team. Put in all 4 years of volleyball. She's on the basketball team as well. Championships on that ring finger.
Sinking serve. Johnson's initial contact chases Whipple out of bounds, but West Hancock gets the free ball back over. Alish back sets. Here's Lichter on the attack, pushing it back across, and this will be a point for West Hancock. I believe someone from Garrigan may have gone into the net there.
Yeah, that was number 7. Lichter bumped into the net with her shoulders. That was a good volley going. Kyra Dyke had a great pass on that to Sasha Alish, the setter. Tyler, I've heard you on many times in the broadcast say absolutely correctly that first pass is crucial. Dyke makes a good one there.
Line drive serve. That's a big serve by Whipple, but played in the back row nicely by Garrigan. Here's Casey at the attack, and there's another kill by Elena Casey. Hammered it right through the back row, and Garrigan's up 7-4.
Oh, nice job, Elena Casey. Wearing number 12. She's the middle hitter right now. That time she showed her position well. Hit that one hard. Ricochets off the West Hancock players. If you can't find a spot on the floor, Tyler, you just got to hit it hard enough. They can't handle it.
Coach Schnurr rolling with the seniors as Bronk serves. Tapped in the back row by Johnson. Bad initial pass goes out of bounds into the West Hancock bench. No chance for Eden Nielsen to chase that down, and it's 8-4 Garrigan.
Boy, they've doubled up on West Hancock already. Let's see how long Coach Schnurr goes with these non-starters. Might as well play the seniors for quite a while here.
Bronk sinking serve towards the far side of the court. Initially touched by Cooper Sobek and pushed back across by West Hancock's Nielsen. And this will be a point for Garrigan. Double hit against West Hancock.
And they're rolling now up by 5. Bronk heading back to serve. Right now we've got Bronk, Murphy, Dyke, Casey, and Lichter. 5 of the 6 seniors. Alish to the setter.
In the back row, Charlie Johnson for West Hancock gets it up front as Sobek taps it over to Murphy in the Garrigan back row. Alish sets near side. Here's Dyke. Dyke got it into the middle of the West Hancock defense. A nice diving dig, though, by Cooper Sobek, and pushed back over by the Eagles. And this is going to be a point. They were able to sneak it past Alish to make it 9-5.
Yeah, boy, they were all in a circle. The Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears were in a perfect circle. and no one knew quite sure who was going to get it. Alish stuck her fist out at the last second.
Jump serve, Whitney Johnson. Casey overpasses. West Hancock tried to flush it, but a nice diving save by Avery Lichter. And now the Eagles will try to get it back over. Played over by Sobek into the Garrigan back row. Alish on second contact. Back sets for Lichter, and a miss hit by Lichter into the net. That'll make it 9-6. Eagles back down by 3.
They went for that back set again. Alish tried to do that on the run. That's a high degree of difficulty. Running back set, almost pulled it off.
Here's a long serve, and that one a couple feet out of bounds beyond the baseline, as there's an error by Whitney Johnson. Garrigan up 10-6.
And you got to like that about a volleyball team that knows who they are at this point in the season. Both these teams know who they are, but the Bears continue to keep trying to try new stuff.
And here's trouble for West Hancock. Ball actually hit the basketball hoop, and the Eagles get it over on the third attempt. Alish for Garrigan, setting up near side for Dykey. Dykey trying to hammer, tip to the net. West Hancock overpasses. It tips off the top of the net, and that's going to be a point for the Eagles. Oh, Casey was ready for it, but that tip off the net threw her timing off, and it'll make it 10-7.
That was a good attack by Dykey. Sent it to the backside, far side of West Hancock. They really dug that out nicely to get that point.
Garrigan's really trying to get Dykey a kill here on senior night, as there's a long serve by West Hancock, and Nielsen sends it out of bounds for an error. 11-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Yeah, there's that unforced error. Can't have those, and here goes Elena Casey back to serve. Get the serves in, and the game will most likely go your way tonight.
Elena Casey had some success serving earlier this season as she sets up middle of the court, serves towards the near side, and an ace right into the corner, and Whitney Johnson couldn't reach it with that backhand. 12-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, Whitney Johnson had to make a decision. That looked like it was going to hit right on the extreme corner of the court. Elena placed it perfectly. Whitney had to hit it at the last second.
Casey again, twisting serve. It hits the tape and goes over. Ace by Elena Casey, 13-7 Bishop Garrigan.
Well, Tyler, you have an excellent memory. It was earlier in the season that Elena Casey came off the bench and got on quite a serving jag. Can she do it again?
She might. There's a knuckleball serve into the West Hancock back row. They get it back into the center. Hit down the line, played by Lichter. Alish avoids the net, or did she? No, yes, she did. She did avoid the net. Point for Bishop Garrigan, 14-7.
All right, boy. She was Alish. The hardest thing in a setter, well, there's so many hard things when you're a setter, but I don't know how they do such a good job staying out of that net because the momentum is always taking them right towards that net.
Casey underhand serve, played by Madsen. West Hancock attacks from the near side, blocked to the net as Garrigan set it up. Sobek couldn't put the attack down, and now it's pushed back across by West Hancock. Lichter there, makes initial contact. Alish sets it up. That one pushed back by Bronk, and that one drops into the West Hancock side. A little bit of a hesitation there for Garrigan as to who should take that, but Bronk took charge and makes it 15-7.
Great solo block by Bronk, but earlier in that possession, Dykey and Murphy teamed up for an excellent double block.
Low serve by Casey, off the tape again. West Hancock with the diving dig. They send it back over. Alish finding Bronk. Bronk and Dykey both go for it, and they hit into the West Hancock back row. Eagles will send one too far over, and Dykey flushes it back for Garrigan.
There's
that second contact
Dykey.
went right to Dykey for the kill.
Yeah, she spiked that thing down. She's all smiles right now. Oh, they're reversing it. They're going to give the point over to West Hancock.
Dykey must have gotten the net.
Dykey was over the net when she smacked that down. It's not going to stop her from smiling. She's still pretty happy about it. She put that down hard, but albeit illegally. So that double block that Dykey and Murphy pulled off, that is one of the toughest things in volleyball because you have to really communicate. You have to get yourself in position. You have to jump with your teammate. Timing's got to be there, and there's a high risk of injury to those ankles.
No doubt about it as Duran serves towards Bodie in the Garrigan back row. Alish back setting for Dykey, taps it over. It's tipped a couple times by the Eagles, and they get it over on the third contact. Alish setting again. Murphy curling around, puts the hammer down, and that's a point for Bishop Garrigan. 16-8, Golden Bears doubling up the Eagles.
Oh, they're playing it really, really well. You know, we listen to Coach Schnurr on the Coach's Show that you do every Saturday morning. Always got great things to say, and I know he focuses so much on communication. That has definitely been doing well tonight.
Served by Dykey, free ball over the net by Bruggeman. Lichter up to Alish, overpassed a little bit there, and that'll be a point for West Hancock. That one guided Alish into the net, and that'll make it 16-9.
Alish tried to save it while not going into the net. If she would have saved that, I'm not quite sure who was going to be able to hit that.
Yeah, Alish knew exactly where she was, but couldn't quite reach it. You need so much dexterity to be in that front row and avoid the net, but that was kind of an impossible situation there for Alish as she shuts up Murphy. Murphy, big swing, can't put it down though as West Hancock did a nice job getting that one out. Whitney Johnson back across to the Garrigan side. Alish setting it up. Bronk attacks into the middle of the West Hancock defense. They overpass. Murphy setting it up, getting it to Alish. Right back to Murphy. Murphy with the big right-handed swing. Can't put it down though as the Eagles dig it out again, and it's pushed back across by Bruggeman. Bodie up to Olish. Olish on second contact, dumps it over. That one was heading out, but West Hancock played it anyways, and now they have one hit to get it back over, and they do on the third contact. Bodie in the back row, up to Olish for Garrigan. Murphy hammers, too strong. Point for West Hancock. That'll make it 16-10.
What a volley. That may be one of the longest volleys we've seen all season. Both teams refused to let that ball drop. In that possession, Stacia Olish did a great job bump setting it while she was going out of bounds. What a rally.
Lichter receives the serve, Olish to Murphy, and Murphy lifts another one out of bounds. That'll give one back to West Hancock here to make it 16-11. Murphy just underneath that one.
Yeah, it's got to get back in the groove. The whole team's got to get back in the groove. They need to break serve here, get a side out, come up with a nice pass here.
Low serve towards the near side. Lichter overpasses. The attempted flush by Lauren Johnson, but couldn't put it down. And now Murphy pushes it back into the far corner for West Hancock. The ball is near the net, and that's into the net. Claire Johnson hit it into the net. West Hancock didn't have anyone there to take it, and that'll make it 17-11.
Call that point a freebie for the Bears. They really got away with one there. The initial pass by, I think it was Lichter, was an overpass. West Hancock could have stuffed it, but they couldn't. But now we give the point right back to him as Olish, uncharacteristically, has another serve hit the net.
Yeah, Olish rifling that serve into the net. Garrigan with a couple errors here in set number one, but still leading 17-12 over the West Hancock Eagles.
No, Tyler, what's your philosophy? I like it when the team has a lead to really go for those serves.
I do too. Put some pressure on the opposing defense. Really serve aggressively, even if you might get an error too. As Murphy hammers out a tough angle but couldn't get it over. Point West Hancock. That set guided Murphy out of bounds there.
If it's a close game, if we're, right now it's 17-13. If it's 17-16 and I'm the server, I'm just really focused on getting that serve in. But yeah, you're up 5, you're up 4 like you are now. I say go for that ace.
Yeah, especially, West Hancock might be back on their heels a little bit as the serve comes towards Lichter. Olish setting it up. Bronk winds up, taps it over a little bit more lightly than expected and gets the kill. Oh, she took a full windup and then stopped her hand at the last moment and dropped it in.
Well, I think Bronk did the basically the swinging bunt. She took a big swing at that ball, but it ended up being a bunt and it worked perfectly.
Golden Bears up 18-13. Murphy, line drive, rocket serve. The West Hancock overpass, tipped over by Casey. West Hancock will deflect it out of bounds. Point for the Golden Bears, 19-13, Bishop Garrigan.
Well, that is a good vision by Casey there because there was no one there in the front court for West Hancock, and she saw that and tipped it at the last second over to the open spot. That point was earned by the brain.
Murphy again serves into the back row and picks up an ace. That one handcuffed Eden Nielsen. The ball was coming right at her jaw and had to put up the hands in self-defense as Bishop Garrigan goes up 20-13.
And Murphy serving on a roll, but we got to get to a timeout, Tyler.
We do, and we'll explain why in just a moment. Murphy gets the serve over. West Hancock miscommunicates as two players run into each other. There's the Garrigan point. It was Steenblock and Duran colliding in the back row. And just like that,
yes.
Beanie, we have a timeout, folks. You're about to find out why Beanie is so tense here. I'll tell you what, Beanie. Spend all the money in your bank account. Cross off everything on your bucket list. Tell your family you love them because the world is coming to an end. The Minnesota Twins have won a playoff game, folks.
The Twins did win.
3-1 over the Toronto Blue Jays. Minnesota is one of the most inept playoff teams in sports history, but they finally got one today, this afternoon, taking down the team from Canada.
Oh, that's fantastic news. Radio audience, I apologize, but regardless of all the technology, did not have the radio on my way here. Left my cell phone at home. I had no idea what had happened on the Twins game. Tyler wouldn't tell me, said I had to wait till the timeout, but he made it seem like the Twins lost. Oh, this is great news.
Oh, and just like that, an ace by Murphy. Targeted Nielsen in the back row again, and she picks up her third ace of the set to make it 22-13. Folks, Minnesota last won a playoff game in 2004. They dropped 18 in a row.
Wow.
They turned from a pretty good organization in the regular season to the Oakland A's in the playoffs pretty much, but they got it done today as Lichter tried to sneak one over. Diving dig low by Duran for West Hancock. Now a left-handed attack goes into the net. Nielsen couldn't put it over, and Garrigan's rolling up by 10.
The Twins just needed to play someone out of the country. Thanks to the Toronto Blue Jays for laying down for the Twins so they could have a playoff win.
That's right. Bring out the red, white, and blue for the Minnesota Twins, ladies and gents. We don't want any World Series north of the border this year as Murphy gets it up front to Olish. Back sets for Lichter. Lichter attacks. Nice dig, though. Diving by Carly Johnson. West Hancock tries to tip it over. They joust to the net. Ball sits on the tape, and it drops to the Garrigan side for a West Hancock point.
Well, that was a bizarro net battle. It just bounced on the net, hit two players' hands, and eventually falls on the Garrigan side of the floor. Elena Casey had hit it once. She couldn't hit it again.
Now Peyton Whipple will serve. I doubt we have anyone from Canada listening, but I'll say this after the next point is Bronk. receives the serve, hits it into the ceiling. Alish backs us for Lichter, pushes it across. West Hancock will tip it back over into the middle of the Garrigan defense. Nice dig by Murphy. Up front to Alish. Here's Bronk on the attack. Tip to the net. Point Garrigan. Set point coming up, 24-14 Bishop Garrigan. But I know the deck is stacked against Canada in baseball, just one Canadian team, but I don't know what the deal is of Canada not winning a Stanley Cup for a very, very long time.
Boy, that
Hockey
is
supposed to be the bread and butter, but
The Maple Leafs is like they try to lose.
Bronk with the serve, but rifles it into the net. Give a point back to West Hancock to make it 24-15. I mean, if my memory is correct, I believe the Blue Jays have won a World Series more recently than a Canadian team has won the Stanley Cup. I'll have to fact check that.
That
Here's
bizarre.
a knuckleball serve into the net by Whitney Johnson, and Garrigan takes set one, 25-15. So 1-0 Bishop Garrigan as we head to set number 2 on home country KLGZ.
Thank you to these sports club members bringing you this game on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Kasuth Regional Health Center. Make KRHC your home for healthcare.
Tom Eischen Sales, your store in the country, carrying steel and Toro products and Green Mountain pellet grills.
Algona Plumbing and Heating, where a good flush always beats a full house.
Ruhnke Brothers Full Service. Experience the Ruhnke Brothers difference for all your auto service and repair needs.
Erpelding Voigt & Company CPAs, they're not just about taxes.
Hy-Vee, use the Fuel Saver card. Fill your cart, fuel your car.
North Iowa Appliance Center, Highway 18 East in Algona, where they sell the best and service the rest.
Erpelding Excavating Enterprises. Let them take care of your grading, excavating, and drainage needs.
AK's Chrome Kitchen, when you come in, your family.
All sponsors of this game broadcast.
Welcome you back inside the Bishop Garrigan High School Gymnasium. Here's a fact that nobody was wondering about, but we'll tell you anyways. The last Canadian Stanley Cup title was the Montreal Canadiens in 1993. Coincidentally, the same year the Toronto Blue Jays won their last World Series title. Blue Jays in a 1-0 hole to the Twins. West Hancock in a 1-0 hole right now against Bishop Garrigan. Beanie Golden Bears got a lot of seniors into play in set number 1 and did some really nice things to take that by 10.
Yeah, that was a fantastic set there by the seniors. That was great to see them on the floor so much. They had fun, all smiles all around. It would have been awesome if Madeline Bronk, she tried to seal it with an ace, but just caught the net. West Hancock makes the error. Bears take, and we're off on game 2 already.
Steenblock serving, Murphy attacking for Garrigan, but tough angle once you put it into the net. West Hancock grabs the initial point.
Yeah, she was kind of falling backwards when she hit that, the equivalent of a QB throwing it off the back foot. Just couldn't get any power and height on that one.
Steenblock's serve comes near side to Lichter. Alish setting it up for Montag. The left-handed swing. That one's not getting back over. A kill for Zoe Montag as she powers it through Carly Johnson to tie it up at 1. First action of the night for Zoe Montag.
Boy, that was some power from the junior Montag. For years, I've thought Zoe was a great ahead. There's not a lot of junior girls. And Zoe, of course, playing in many of the sports for Garrigan.
Duran attacks from behind the attack line. Oh, she kept that one in. That's a great attack by Duran, and that'll make it 2-1 West Hancock just inside the baseline.
She sent that about as far on the court as anyone could. She jumped in the back of her court, sent it all the way to the back of the Garrigan court. Kind of a sinker. That was a nice hit.
West Hancock gets the serve back for the sophomore Peyton Whipple. Jump serves from the near side of the court, sends a knuckleball out to Montag. Guides all shot of bounds, gets it to Lichter though. Lichter floats it into the back row. Johnson tapping it, and a free ball played over by Steenblock. Bodie makes the initial touch. Alish backs it for Lichter. Lichter hammers it home. Avery Lichter ties it at 2.
Boy, that back set works well. No doubt that's why Stacia Alish is trying to go to it a lot tonight. Alish and Lichter, big smiles right now. Gracelyn Eastman also in the game, playing the middle blocker right now. Emmy Bartolo, outside hitter, along with Bodie, Montag, and Alish, the setter.
Montag on the serve. Johnson from behind the attack line. One hands it over the net. Montag overpasses, and it's into the net. West Hancock point placed perfectly by Whitney Johnson to make it 3-2.
Well, Bears jumped out early in the first game, never got closer than 4, but right now it's tight.
Jump serve Whitney Johnson after he picked up that last point. Overpass by Lichter into the net. 4-2 West Hancock.
Now these Bears, so I guess we'll say like these are the starters. The typical starters are on the floor right now for the Bears after the seniors played that first one, and they look a little rusty.
Johnson serving quickly. Bodie gets it to Lichter. Back to Bodie, and Garrigan can't get that third tap over the net. Bodie and Lichter Get a little back and forth there, and West Hancock goes up 5-2.
Yeah, no one is getting the ball where they want it to go. There's a pretty good huddle right there. They're still all smiles, but they need to clean it up fast.
Yeah, and you know, the starters, a lot of them not playing in that first set. They're kind of getting those first sets. The first set rushed out of the way as Montag overpasses. West Hancock can't flush it, though, as they hit it off the top of the tape. And Bartolo pushes it across. Oh, that was perfect placement by Bartolo. And that's going to be a point. Diving attempt by Cooper Sobek, but could not keep that in between the posts.
Credit Bartolo for the great vision. That was a technical hit there. She went from one front to the opposite front.
And Bartolo just high-fived Eastman so hard that Eastman was grimacing and holding her hand there for a second after that point. As Bodie taps it near the net. West Hancock can't flush it back. Alish, tried to set it over there, but West Hancock was able to get a hand on it and keep it alive. Tipped over the net down the middle by Bruggeman. Now Alish setting it near side for Bartolo. Takes the big hammer. Diving dig, though, by Madsen for West Hancock. And now Garrigan is going to get a point. 2 hits against West Hancock. 5-4. Garrigan is down by 1 right now.
Well, that spin on the ball is a giveaway for the 2 hits there. They hit it with the right hand and the left hand, and it kind of puts a little twist on it. Easy call for the official.
Lichter serves, and she picks up an ace right into the back row. Got Johnson in a bad position and ties it up at 5.
Well, Johnson thought her teammate in front of her was going to get it, but that teammate decided to bail out at the last second, and Johnson was left holding the bag.
That is ace number 25 of the season for Lichter. Serves long. That one might have been heading out, but Johnson played it. Steenblock gets it over to Sobek, but a point for Garrigan as Sobek hammers it into the net. Garrigan up 6-5 here with 4 points in a row.
Well, the rust is gone now. Now Garrigan, it was really that point by Bartolo really got them back on track.
That is a wayward serve heading out of bounds. Just missed. There's yellow paint there marking the far sideline, and Lichter missed that by about maybe 6 inches.
I don't know, Tyler. I think it was closer because Marty Wadley took a long, hard look at it like he's watching someone's foot as they're stepping out of bounds on the football field.
I was going to use that exact example exactly. Thanks for stealing it. As Garrigan overpasses and West Hancock hits a point. Lichter couldn't find Alish, and West Hancock back up 7-6.
Tyler, can you imagine before replay how many mess-ups there were in NFL football of people stepping out of bounds and getting away with it or not getting away with it?
Oh, brutal. It's even brutal with replay on a week-to-week basis. Alish sets in the middle for Eastman, and Eastman drops the hammer. She'll tie it at 7.
Boy, that's Eastman's best hit. When she's middle hitter, and a nice set there, and she gets elevated. She really can put that ball down. Hard for a defense to come back against that one.
7-7 tie. Bodie back to serve for Bishop Garrigan, wearing the white libero jersey. Low serve, just got it over the net, and West Hancock having a little trouble here. We'll have to get the free ball over with Madsen. That initial pass was off target. Always setting it up. Murphy the big hammer, but a little bit too big that time as West Hancock goes up 8-7. Murphy missing that back row.
Oh, I was hoping for a tip, but no dice. So, Tyler, what's even worse is when the TV audience had replay, but the officials did not. And the officials would have to stick with the fact that it was a touchdown, but everyone in the nation knew that he stepped out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Yeah.
Or Major League Baseball, really prior to about a decade ago, lots of wrong calls there as Bartolo hits it over and she gets the kill. 8-8 tie. Well, you know what also? The problem with sports on TV, you get to see a lot of Taylor Swift up in the press box instead of football. And I know you're very happy about that. Folks, Beanie does not know who Travis Kelce is, but he definitely knows who Taylor Swift is, as Emmy Bartolo's going to record an ace. Got it through the West Hancock back row to make it 9-8.
I know who Travis Kelce is.
When's the next concert, Beanie?
I got tickets for the one coming up on the 18th.
Beautiful.
Yeah, Travis Kelce and I are going to be there together now that I know who he is. And it's all karma, Tyler.
The serve by Bartolo. Oh, and she dropped it in for an ace. Right into the center of the West Hancock court. That middle was wide open. That reference was not lost on me, Beanie.
It's too bad that KLGA Hometown Radio never plays any Taylor Swift.
I know. What's the deal with that? Up into the front row. West Hancock has it, and they will push it across with Bruggeman. Lichter comes over. Alish setting it up near side Montag. The left-handed attack. Yes, she did. She kept that one in just inside the sideline, and it's 11-8 Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, that was a great cross-court attack by Montag. She comes up with the big left hand, rifles it across the court, painting the yellow line again. Coach Marty Wiley has had all the calls over there. Coach Alex Swing over here is the other line judge, has had nothing.
Yeah, not working very hard. I'm kind of disappointed in Coach Swing as it's tapped over the net by West Hancock's Bruggeman, and Garrigan has to scramble to get it here. Murphy over to the West Hancock side with the free ball. West Hancock they guided Whipple out of bounds there, so she just had to tap it over. Murphy in the center, flips it over. Diving dig on the West Hancock side by Claire Johnson. Attack by Duran, floats it into the back row. Nice dig by Bodie, scrambling over, and it's pushed across by Montag. Found a soft spot. Diving dig go again by West Hancock's Johnson, and West Hancock can't get it back over. They staved off a couple Garrigan opportunities there, but ultimately Garrigan goes up 12-8.
Timeout here. Well, Coach Alex Swing down there is the line judge. He teaches business here, amongst other things, at Bishop Garrigan, and he is a major Twins fan. And that's what threw me off, because I saw him down there being the line judge, and he had a very stoic look on his face, and not wearing he almost always wears Twins gear, and I thought, wow, he threw me off.
You've got to check your eyes. He's wearing a Twins quarter zip with a very small logo on the left chest, but it is Twins gear right now.
What kind of logo is that? Is that not the TC?
It is the TC. It's it's blending into the background of the colors.
I just went to the eye doctor yesterday.
Oh man, you might want to check that doctor's credentials.
I don't have the new prescription. They're coming. Those contacts are coming. I'll do much better.
They can't come soon enough, but I think Coach Swing, he was stoic because he knows there's a lot of work to be done for the Twins. One win does not a season make. They're up 1-0, but it's a best out of 3 against the Blue Jays as Bartolo serves it into the net. Couldn't quite sneak that over the tape, and it's 12-9 off the service error. I love that aggressiveness by Bartolo. Nothing lost there. They've got a lead. She really went for the jump serve. She pounded that, the high difficulty jump serve, just caught the top of the net. Serve over by Bruggeman, received by Lichter. All setting it up near side Montag. The two-handed push into the center of the West Hancock defense. Ball went the wrong way there initially, but it's tapped over by Johnson. Oh, almost got it down, but Bartolo dug it at the last minute. West Hancock now an opportunity. They hit it into the Garrigan back row to Bartolo. Allish in the center to Murphy. Tough angle for Murphy, and she hits it into the net. That'll make it 12-10. Yeah, things just aren't quite clicking for the Bears this game as far as their rhythm. Those passes are there, but they're not right on. Bruggeman serves near side to Lichter. Allish setting it up. Montag takes a big swing. It's tipped near the net, and a point for Bishop Garrigan. A lift against West Hancock, and the Golden Bears go up 13-10. No, that was good rhythm. That was a great pass by, I think that was, who did the hit? Was that Montag on the hit? That was Montag on the hit. So that pass must have been Lichter. Lichter with a nice pass. Now back to Allish with a serve. Duran makes initial contact in the back row. West Hancock gets to the far side of the court. Whipple angles it cross court to Bartolo. Montag attacks from the Garrigan side. A sliding dig by Duran in the back row. And back across Whipple. Hitches to the Garrigan side. Montag to Allish. Now it's floated over there by Lichter. Put a little arc on that one. And now Johnson at the tap. Back to Bartolo on the Garrigan side. Allish sets it up. Montag trying for the big kill. It's pinballed a couple times, and West Hancock got it back over and got the point. Duran got it past Bodie. What an unbelievable point there for West Hancock. That one looked dead to rights. It pinballed back and forth a couple times. Went to Duran, and she snuck one right down the line through that back row. That was such a good attack by Montag for Bishop Garrigan. I thought it was over, and I think the rest of the Garrigan thought it was over too. I think my daughter, Bodie, in the back row, I think she thought it was over. That was such an attack by Montag. I can't believe West Hancock dug that out. Steenblock serves it over to Garrigan. Montag attacking again, and there's a big kill. Aimed it towards Duran in that far corner, and that had some serious heat. Boy, you know, Tyler, in basketball, when someone gets hot, you get them the ball because they can't miss. Montag is hot right now. She is really flowing with her hitting. Sasha Allish knows it. She's going to keep setting Montag, and boy, she is on tonight. Yeah, Montag in the red zone right now for Bishop Garrigan as West Hancock overpasses, and Eastman stuffs it back over. Tried to power it through Steenblock that time, and it makes it 15-11. You know, and Montag, you know, she's a competitor. She really, really hates losing. Talk to her dad. She always has. That's nothing new. West Hancock receiving the Garrigan serve. It's Johnson in the middle. Angles around for the right-handed hit. Dug by Bartolo. Eastman in the center. Hammers for Garrigan and puts it down. 16-11 Golden Bears in set 2. Big-time hit by Eastman. Going back to Montag, it's not just losing contests and losing games by points. She doesn't like it when she's not doing well. Murphy serves towards Johnson in the back row. Steenblock setting it up for Duran, a deep attack, and she lofted it out towards the basketball baseline, and it's 17-11 Garrigan. Now Garrigan really just, it was down to a 2-point lead, 13-11, and right away back up 17-11. Good answer to their struggles. Murphy serves, and Duran overpasses into the net. 18-11, all of a sudden Garrigan with a quick 5-0 run here to take control of set 2. Garrigan won the first set 25-15, right now up 18-11 in the second. Murphy a low serve, and there's an ace. Johnson could not reach that one, and it's 19-11. Big serve by Murphy.
going for with that powerful serve, and a timeout on the floor.
Timeout is called. Well, Beanie, we talked about Alex Schwing being happy about the Twins and rocking that Twins gear as they go up 1-0 against the Toronto Blue Jays. You know who's not happy right now? Coach Dave Schnurr, and it's not because of what's going on the floor, but it's because his Cubbies missed the playoffs by one game. How do you let the Miami Marlins sneak into that last wild card spot?
And the Cubs,
what happened at Wrigley Field?
Oh, please ask him about that in the radio show on Saturday morning. Ask him about the Cubs debacle, the end of the season. What did they lose, like 12 out of 14 down the stretch? Something
brutal,
ridiculous like that. No one does that except the Cubs. Unreal. I see the cross-country team has returned.
Yeah, they're in the student section right now after their meet at Eagle Grove today. As Montag flushes the overpass home and makes it 20-11 Bishop Garrigan. But if I asked Coach Schnurr about the Cubs during the coach's show, he would immediately transform into Greg Popovich and give me some one-word answers, I would imagine.
Yeah, right. He probably would. It wouldn't be much of a radio show. So, Tyler, the Eagle Grove cross-country course, have you been familiarized with that one?
You know, I've talked about it a lot with the area coaches, but I've never actually been there as Murphy serves up an air, missing the back corner, and that'll make it 20-12. But very historic course. The Garrigan has a long tradition of going there in cross country.
Yeah, I think it's a great course, but as a runner, I think you would love it. It's got a nice, long straightaway at the end with a slight incline just to separate the men from the boys at the end of the race. See who's prepared for a long uphill straightaway.
Yeah, those long uphill straightaways at the end of races. West Hancock, oh man, there's a serve into the back of the head. Whipple served it into Johnson's cranium, and that'll make it 21-12 Garrigan off the service there. But those long uphill straightaways help level the field for guys like me who don't have a ton of foot speed, but can really power through the hills. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I thought you would be. Well, this one's getting out of hand here, folks. 21-12, Montag serving.
West Hancock attacking cross court. Bodie deflecting it into the air, getting it to Olish. Bartolo off the tap, but she was too far away from the net. 21-13, West Hancock will pick up a point here, but they are still down by 8.
Bartolo frustrated with herself on that one. She's usually all smiles, ready to go again, but she knows that one was a missed opportunity.
21-13 and 1-0 Bishop Garrigan as he play in set 2. A cross-court attack by Bartolo, but just missed the sideline. And West Hancock strings a couple points together here to try to stay in at 21-14 right now.
Well, there's good communication between Bodie and Bartolo. Bodie kind of does a bump set over there.
Long serve, and that one's heading out. Give one back to Garrigan and make it 22-14.
And Bartolo was ready to hit it. Good communication, good setup, just sailed a little long. Sometimes you can do A, B, but Z happens.
Casey's coming out. Lichter is coming in for Bishop Garrigan as Lichter will head back to serve. Senior for senior sub right there as Lichter serves into the West Hancock back row. Steenblock setting it up. Tapped towards the net, but Eastman blocks it. Point for Garrigan, make it 23-14.
Well, it was an unorthodox block by Eastman because the attack came from 8 feet off the net, and she had to time it perfectly to jump up and knock that down. Good job by Graceland.
The Bruggeman attack was knocked backwards. This time Bruggeman plays the free ball over towards Olish. Or towards Lichter. Lichter got it to Olish. Eastman attaches the back row. Johnson playing it for West Hancock, and it's tipped over by Sobek. Olish setting it up near side this time. Bartolo hangs, attacks, and gets the kill. 24-14 Bishop Garrigan.
Oh, that was a great attack by Bartolo. She had missed her last two. Now she's smiling again. That one went out hard. You know, it's Grace Lynn Eastman. I think I say that incorrectly a lot. Sometimes I say Grace Lynn like where Elvis lives.
24-14. Set point right now for Bishop Garrigan. Olish setting it up for Eastman. Eastman, the right-handed swing, and she puts it down. 25-14 Bishop Garrigan. They take the second set, and Garrigan will try to sweep it. Coming up next on Home Country and the Algona Radio YouTube stream.
High school sports on Hometown and Home Country Radio are brought to you by these fine sports club members.
Farmers State Bank is proud to be part of our community. Offices in Algona, Whittemore, and West Bend.
Stroman Dental, giving you something to smile about.
Phil's Auto and Truck Repair. Service is the difference.
Trend Salon, your complete family hair salon. It's all about you.
Oakcrest Funeral Services, celebrating a life lived.
Algona Frame and Auto Body, we meet by accident.
Water Connection, from softeners to bottled water and service, call 295-SOFT.
Algona Pizza Ranch, there's so much to love.
Cotton Grave Farm Management and Land Realty in downtown Algona, trusted for farmland service needs since 1960.
Sponsoring this broadcast on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
It is Bishop Garrigan 2 and West Hancock nothing as we head to the third set. Bishop Garrigan winning the first one 25-15 and the second 25-14. We thank everyone listening, including John Bartolo, one of our super fans here. As he's not only here in person at the Garrigan Gymnasium, but apparently he has our stream up on the phone as well. I saw him pointing at the phone and pointing at us, so I think that's probably what he was talking about. But we appreciate everyone tuning in, especially if you're here in person as well, kind of multitasking a bit.
Yeah, Coach Bartolo desperately wants us to look at our phone, but as I've said, I don't have mine, Coach Bartolo. Coach Bartolo doing everything for Garrigan. Coach is in track. He's mowing the lawn. He's driving the school bus, all with a bad back. That guy working hard, even through the pain. What a trooper. Must have been those 84 years of officiating high school sports has taken a toll on his back. I believe so.
All right.
Well, he looks extremely young for his age.
It's amazing of how much he probably heard from different coaches over the years about, how great all the officials are and how much coaches never argue with them, That there's no way that would age you at all early, as right now West Hancock is tipping it over the net and they're getting the first point. It's tipped over by Peyton Whipple and West Hancock grabs a 1-0 lead in the third set.
Well, Bears are going for the sweep. They've been the victims of sweeps this season. Maybe they can pull off a three-set sweep of their own here.
West Hancock will have Steenblock serving it. Garrigan overpasses. A nice save by Alish to just punch it backwards to Bodie, and Garrigan gets the free ball off back to the West Hancock side. In the middle, Johnson just hit it straight down off the kind of heel of her palm, and it's 1-1 tied right now.
One thing I'll say about officials, and John Bartolo is a perfect example of this, is that we've all seen coaches and officials argue, but it seems like those same coaches and officials always are friendly off the court.
No doubt about it. Here's an attack by Whitney Johnson, able to wipe it off the Garrigan block and give West Hancock a 2-1 lead. All right, Beanie, so here in the third set, I'd say really West Hancock, they've got to clean things up a little bit. We've seen some miscommunications. That initial pass is kind of off target. Those are a couple things here for them to try to take this third set and force a fourth as Lichter punches it over. It's in the middle of the West Hancock defense and a point for Garrigan.
Well, West Hancock, of course, winless coming in. They've got this terrible, difficult challenge of you don't want to screw up, and you're trying so hard not to screw up, but then you never quite go for it. I feel like if they could just turn the corner and go for a little harder, take some few more risks, they might get a little more of these attacks to fall.
West Hancock trying to snap a 25-match losing streak. They've started this season 0-23 as they'll get it across to Lichter. Alish setting it up. Eastman in the middle with a two-hand push into the West Hancock back row. Initial contact by Madsen. Steenblock setting it up. Left-hander over the net by Nielsen, that is. Tapped over by Bartolo, and she drops it in right past those two blockers at the net, and Garrigan goes up 3-2.
Yeah, those blockers jumped 8 feet in the air, and Bartolo put the ball 10 feet just out of their reach. Perfect placement by Bartolo.
Line drive served by Montag into the back row. Steenblock setting it up. Right-handed attack is turned back, but West Hancock able to save it. Cooper Sobek's attack doesn't go down. Nielsen hits it in the back row. Garrigan scrambling the wrong way, and they'll get the free ball over. Played over by Lichter. Steenblock on the West Hancock side gets it in the center. Johnson punching it over. It deflects off of Lichter. She turned 180 and knocked it backwards. That'll tie it up at 3.
2 passes there, one by Bodie, one by Lichter, went the wrong way. The first one, Zoe Montag sprinted over there. Super athleticism got to the ball. And the second one, no chance.
Serve towards the near side to Bodie. Alish back setting for Lichter. The two-hand push over the net back to West Hancock. Near the net and somehow sneaking it over is Brugman. And now Garrigan can attack. It's Bartolo. Hammers but can't put it down. Now the Eagles will try something. Brugman with the free ball down to the center of the Garrigan defense. Alish setting it up. Eastman down the line. Dug out though by Johnson in the back row for West Hancock. Brugman with the two-handed push. Bodie a nice racing dig and got it off to Alish. Alish to Lichter. Lichter gets it back over to West Hancock with that right-handed tap. And now Brugman tries again. Tipped to the net by Eastman. Bodie deflects it backwards to Montag. And Garrigan able to get it over on the third hit. Nice job by Alish. Here's the setup. Here's the hammer. And here's the kill. Cooper Sobek puts it down, and West Hancock survives a long point to go up 4-3.
Some very good volleys during this match so far. All night long, we've seen some great rallies. It's been fun volleyball so far.
Bodie gets it up to Bartolo, trying to tap it over the right hand, but hit it into the net, and West Hancock going up 5-3 here in the third set.
Now Bartolo has found herself as the outside hitter in a couple precarious situations where she's a little too far off the net or a little too close to the net, depending where the set goes.
Here's the Whitney Johnson serve to Montag in the back row. The hammer by Eastman, can't put it down as it's dug out by West Hancock's Madsen. West Hancock will miss on the attack. Brugman mistiming the jump, and it'll be 5-4 right now. Garrigan trims the deficit to 1.
Well, there's a perfect example. Brugman for West Hancock Didn't want to screw up there. Ends up just trying to do a little tip, just play the safe way. She might as well have gone for the hammer there. That's 4 hits for West Hancock.
Yeah, Garrigan's going to get a point here. 4 hits by West Hancock. Good initial serve there by Montag to set things in motion. And we are tied up at 5 in the third set. Lichter back right now for Bishop Garrigan in the service area. Aims towards the far corner, and she got it. Ace by Avery Lichter, 6-5 Garrigan.
Oh, nice ace by Lichter. Another thing I like about this Garrigan team is that when they have an ace, it's very simple celebration. Some teams have elaborate songs and dances every time there's an ace. This team, they keep it simple.
And there's going to be a service error. Lichter got on top of that one and drilled it into the net. And we are tied up at 6 in set number 3. 2-0 Bishop Garrigan right now, 25-15 and 25-14. As Nielsen's back. Nielsen for West Hancock, left hands it over the net. Bodie lets it go at the last minute, and that was a good call. It's out of bounds for a service error, and it's 7-6.
Very close call there. Good decision by Violet Bodie, who's going to go back and serve now. See if this senior volleyball player goes for an ace here.
Bodie standing in the center of the service area. Hammers the ball off the hardwood a couple of times as she walks up and serves it. End over into the back row. Pushed over on second contact by West Hancock. Allish setting it up for Murphy. On the backside, Murphy can't put it down, but West Hancock will overpass. Allish to Murphy in the middle, and this time Murphy gets the kill.
Nice job. Good athleticism by Reagan Murphy. Kind of does a mid-air twist to bring that ball back across her body, find some pine on the other side.
Bishop Garrigan up 8-6. Critical time here for West Hancock as Bodie serves towards the far side, and it drifts out of play. West Hancock back down by 1 as it'll be 8-7.
Oh, she might have been going for the ace there, trying to paint the line, but that was a slider she pitched over past Coach Wadley there. Bent right.
So West Hancock gets the serve back for Duran. The right-handed junior just a couple steps over to the far side of the court, down to our left. As Duran end over end serve. Played by Lichter. Allish backs it for Bartolo. Cross-court attack, and that one just out of bounds. That will tie it up at 8 as Garrigan has missed on a couple close ones tonight.
There's Coach Swing with a tough call there. Boy, yeah, some very close ones tonight. Just need a couple more inches on that floor.
Duran again. Short serve this time, dug by Lichter. Pass towards the net. Allish did a nice job staying out of the net and getting it back to Murphy. Murphy's attack doesn't go down, though. West Hancock collides in the front row, and their attack goes into the net. Peyton Whipple mishits that, and Garrigan goes up 9-8.
Well, it won't go in the scorebook, but give that point credit to Allish. That was an incredible save she did. That ball had no business, and Allish got her fist on it as she was falling towards the net.
Yeah, just stuck out that right fist and avoided the net somehow as Bartolo serves one into the post along the near side. Service error for Garrigan and a 9-9 tie right now in set 3.
Bartolo going with the jump serve. The only one of the Bears that goes for the jump serve. A lot of timing, a lot of practice involved in that.
Here's Brugman serving into the center of Garrigan's back row to Bodie. Allish setting it up for Montag. The left-handed attack, but a little bit too strong by Montag, and West Hancock back up by 1 here, 10-9.
Not quite halfway through here at 10-9, but West Hancock making some strides here on this one. They're putting the Bears on their heels, forcing them to make the mistakes.
Yeah, West Hancock's looked a little better here in the third set, but serving violation there. I think Brugman might have stepped over the line as she served it, and that'll tie it up at 10.
Yep, that was a good call by the officials over there. Just kind of walking across the line before the ball was reached.
Allish serves into the West Hancock back row. Johnson to the right-handed tapper of the net. Bodie hits an accidental free ball, but it works out. Oh, Bodie got it over, and Duran just could not dig it off the floor. 11-10 Bishop Garrigan.
That is a rarity. Violet Bodie sends a free ball sky high over the other side. Usually that's going to be an easy play, and it finds pay dirt.
Line drive serve by Allish, and she picks up an ace. Kept that just inside the baseline, right in front of Coach Wadley, officiating that back corner, and it's 12-10 Golden Bears.
Well, that was a nice serve by Stacia Allish, finding that back corner just over the head of the last Hancock player back there.
Allish again aims for the same spot, a little bit shorter this time, as there's a cross-court attack heading way out of bounds. Look out, David Burrow. Lauren Johnson just set a volleyball over to Dave Burrow on the far side of the court, and he had to get out of the way of that one.
He did, and no one knows geometry and angles better than Mr. Burrow. He had to know that was coming right for him.
He calculated the angle mid-flight as Garrigan's up 13-10. Johnson from just behind the attack line hits it over to the Garrigan side. Lichter sets it up for Montag, a two-handed push, but a nice dig by West Hancock. They're able to avoid the floor that time. Johnson tried to tap it over, but a rejection by Garrigan.
It was Lichter and Murphy on there. I don't know which one of them got their hand on it, or maybe it was both of them got a hand on it. But, boy, that's a beautiful block by those two.
Yeah, West Hancock tried for the finesse, and Garrigan with the power block to make it 14-10. Olish continuing to serve. Garrigan getting on a roll here up 14-10. And West Hancock got the third hit over, but that one is way out of bounds.
They're going for Mr. Burrow again. But
they were aiming for him again.
Abby Capacious steps in and saves him fresh off a cross-country run in Eagle Grove. I'm sure that's what Coach Bartolo was trying to let us know. He was trying to give us the cross-country results, I'm sure.
No doubt about it. He's a big track guy. He's all about the splits and the workouts and the small details of track and field.
That's right. Well, you'll get the results, and they'll be on the broadcast tomorrow morning on the Sports Report, correct?
Yes, indeed. Tune in at 6:20, ladies and gents, or 7:30 if 6:20 is too early for you, but we will have those results. No doubt about it, bright and early.
I like to hear it at 6:20 because then I know the sports broadcast is fresh.
That's right.
Plus, I like to hear about the celebrity birthdays and the ridiculous news of the day from Al, Luke, and Brian.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff early on in the day, folks. You might as well get up at 6 and tune into KLGA.
Wake up with Al Luke. I think that should be the morning show's name.
Yeah, wake up with Al Luke. Have a cup of coffee with Al. We know Al loves his coffee, as there's a service error by Olish into the net, but have your own cup of coffee, then know that Al's also having one right as he's about to get on the air to kind of energize the day.
That's right. It's a tough day when Al Luke gets to the station with not much time to spare, and he has to choose between starting the day on time or making coffee. That's got to be a tough one.
50-50 call right there as Steenblock will go back to serve for West Hancock. Eagles in need of a run right now, down 15-11 in the third set. Steenblock will, movement by West Hancock before the serve.
Yeah, you can't move until contact is made. They were just moving before, and the official is saying, it was number 12, Coach, because Coach says, who was it?
16-11. Bishop Garrigan leading West Hancock as West Hancock trying to pick up a point here. Lift in the front row called against Garrigan.
Kyra Dykey couldn't decide whether she should smack that down or try to set it up, and at the last second she tried to set it up, I believe, for Gracelyn Eastman right next to her. It just didn't work out.
All right, listener question. Mr. Burrow had the angle down, but did he have the velocity down as well? That is the question. That's a big part of the calculation when getting the trajectory of that volleyball. Eastman hammers down the line. A nice diving dig by Johnson, but it goes out of bounds, and Bishop Garrigan goes up 17-12.
Well, Tyler, surely, as you know, velocity includes both speed and direction.
Yes.
And so Mr. Burrow probably did know that velocity was down. He definitely had the direction down. Did he know the speed? I think so.
Montag with the serve for Bishop Garrigan. Oh, miscommunication by West Hancock, and it drops in. Johnson had a nice pass to the front row, but then a couple Eagles just looked at each other, and the late dive by Steenblock couldn't save it.
Mr. Burrow even goes so far to teach the most ridiculous of all concepts, the vector.
Oh boy, that's a deep memory from school. I don't know if I remember a whole lot about vectors, as it's pushed over the net by Johnson, trying to find the soft spot of the Garrigan defense. Dykey hits it back across the West Hancock side. Ball deflects backwards, and another miscommunication. Madsen tipped it backwards, and then no one took charge in the West Hancock back row as it's 19-12.
I enjoy mathematics, Tyler, but even I think people that enjoy mathematics still think vectors are stupid.
That's reassuring to know as Montag serves it a little bit low. Here comes the left-handed attack by Nielsen. Can't put it down, though. Tipped nicely at the net by the Golden Bears. Bartolo attacks the other way into the West Hancock back row. A whistle and a point for Garrigan as West Hancock went into the net.
But nothing beats the extreme ridiculousness of imaginary numbers.
Oh, man, that's a concept. That's one step too far for me to even comprehend as Montag sends a low serve into the net, and that'll make it 20-13. That's beyond my pay grade, Beanie. I'm a radio broadcaster.
Montag has had a very stoic night, and she's been playing great. She was really hitting the ball hard, and all those serves there, she was really trying something new. She was trying to serve short. That last one, she really tried to put some velocity on that thing, and now she's going to take a seat to let senior Madeline Bronk in the game.
Garrigan will try to close it out with a senior as a big service error by West Hancock right now. Whitney Johnson hitting that one underneath the net, and Garrigan's up 21-13, 4 points away from closing it out in straight sets. Dykey is back for Bishop Garrigan to serve. Dykey gets it into the West Hancock back row. Steenblock setting it up far side of the court. Big attack, but it's a little bit too strong by Cooper Sobek, and it's 22-13 Garrigan.
I think Madeline Bronk tried to get that ball, and it's a good thing she didn't react quick enough, and it missed her arm by an inch, ended up going out.
So timeout on the floor right now as West Hancock will try to get something going here, down 22-13. Garrigan took the first set 25-15, and at the second set 25-14, and now lead at 22-13 here in the third set. But being a big-time week for the Golden Bears, big-time close to the season. We talked about Newell Fonda coming to this gymnasium on Thursday night. That's always a hard-fought matchup in any sport. Then Crosstown against Algona next week. We haven't seen a Crosstown volleyball game in quite some time.
Wow, that is going to be fun. This is a big week for the Bears. And I talked to some of the players in the classroom and whatnot. They're really looking forward to this Newell Fonda game. They've been beaten by Newell Fonda a lot in the past, but they are pumped to play them.
Yeah, Newell Fonda have a couple more losses than usual at this point, so it'll be a different-looking Mustang team than the past, as there is a mishit by Nielsen that is, in the West Hancock front row, and Bishop Garrigan up by 10 right now.
Boy, Bears started slow tonight as a whole, or the second game anyway.
Oh, and there's a mishit by Dykey on the serve. Hit that one off the side of the hand as it goes out of bounds, and West Hancock will make it 23-14, but Garrigan's still 2 points away.
As it looks like they're going to win, I would say all three of these sets tonight have had the same kind of pattern. There's been times of greatness where they've looked really, really sharp, hitting the ball hard, and then there's been a few struggles, like we saw another net ball right there.
Line drive towards Lichter, and makes initial contact, then Alsh goes to get it. Bartolo hits one up near the ceiling. West Hancock will try to set up an attack here as the third touch goes over the net. Oh, Allish with the tip over the net on the second contact, but West Hancock was ready for it. Brock in the back row gets it up to Allish. Sets it up. Near side Bartolo with the hammer into the back row. It pinballs a couple of times. West Hancock gets that third contact back over the net to Garrigan. Allish in the middle to Elena Casey. Mishit it a little bit, but it went over anyways to the West Hancock front row. Attack the other way, and that one is into the back corner. A kill by Cooper Sobek.
Oh, Sobek has had some struggles tonight, but not that time. She smacked that one. Found the nice far corner of the court. Nobody there. No one would ever be there. That's just a great hit by Sobek of the Eagles from West Hancock County.
23-15. It'll be a serve by Nielsen.
Oh,
and
not ready.
We have items flying onto the floor right now.
A volleyball that the girls throw out before the games as a crowd pleaser somehow came out of the student section and onto the floor. Carly Nielsen hunts it down, saves the day.
I see some pointing over there. Who are they pointing at? Who did that in the Garrigan student section? Fess up. Bartolo with the hammer and the kill. 24-15 Garrigan.
Wowza, Bartolo. One of the best hits I've seen from her in recent memory. That was a great outside attack. Elena Casey, the senior, taking a seat. Violet Bodie, the senior, going to serve. Can they put this away at 24-15 and get a 3-game sweep?
A senior will try to put it away on senior night as Bodie serves to the West Hancock back row. Madsen makes initial contact. Eagles will attack, but it's way too deep and out of bounds. Cooper Sobek's attack doesn't land, and Bishop Garrigan wins the third set 25-15. Golden Bears with the senior night sweep 25-15, 25-14, and 25-15. With the win, Bishop Garrigan now 7-19 on the season. They're at even 4-4 in top of Iowa West play. West Hancock dropping to 0-24. We'll step aside for a quick timeout. Wrap it up next on Home Country Radio, KLGZ Algona.
We've got more sports club members making this broadcast possible on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Algona Livestock, sales every Monday.
Countryside Barbecue Sauce, 2 sauces for all seasons.
Farm and Home Services, view their listings at farmhomeservices.com.
Holmes Animal Clinic, animals large and small, they love them all.
Style Salon, your salon in Algona. Create yourself.
Dance Connection and Tumbling by Michelle. Passionate about teaching, creative about dance. Visit their studio or danceconnectionbymichelle.com.
Tafe Wellness Center in Algona and Armstrong, keeping athletes in the game with chiropractic care. Take charge of your health.
Signworks for all of your signage needs, as well as printed shirts, caps, and jackets. Stop in or call 295-9544.
Down to Earth Tree Service, your local Algona tree service.
Sports club members bringing you this game.
Are you tired of listening to high school football that sounds like this?
Number 3 throws the ball to number 11 as he'll make a gain on the play.
Then tune in at 6 every Friday night on Hometown and Home Country Radio.
Takes the snap, look at the throw. Steps up, looking deep down the middle. He's got a man behind the defense. It's Caden Weber. Makes the catch at the 2-yard line.
Furch back to throw. He's feeling some pressure up the middle and he escapes left. He's going to take it and run it. He has an opening. He's to the 5. He's into the end zone for a touchdown right before halftime. Furch runs it in for 17 yards.
This Friday night, it's the Algona Bulldogs against the Humboldt Wildcats on KLGA, and the Bishop Garrigan Golden Bears against the GTRA Titans on KLGZ.
To wrap it up on Home Country Radio and the Algona Radio YouTube stream as Bishop Garrigan sweeps the floor of West Hancock tonight, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-15. Garrigan now 7-19 on the season. West Hancock dropping to 0-24. I'm Tyler Lance. My partner's Beanie Bodie. Beanie, not necessarily the most clean match on either side. I think Garrigan will have a few things to work on in order to compete with Newell Fonda coming up on Thursday night. But overall, you get a win in the books. You snap a losing streak. You win on senior night. And the team can feel a little bit better about their performance coming out of tonight's match.
You bet. They got to have a good practice tomorrow night. Get ready for a Newell Fonda game. I know they're looking forward to. But good win tonight, and they got a sweep. They've been swept several times this year. It's no fun. It's nice to be on the other end of a sweep. And a good night for senior night. Everyone played a lot. You know, we all know that varsity sports in high school in Iowa is about winning games, and the coaches do their best they can to win. And that doesn't mean that just because you have 20 seniors on the team that 20 seniors are going to get to play. And, boy, these seniors that got the floor tonight did a really nice job. Been cheering hard the whole season if they haven't got on the floor as much. Just really fun to see those seniors out on the floor here on senior night.
Yeah, and the seniors got a lot of run in that first set. Bronk made a huge impact for Bishop Garrigan. We saw Elena Casey have some really good moments. Kyra Dyke got a lot of playing time tonight as well. And, of course, the usual suspects who are normally part of the starting lineup of Bodie and Lifter also being a big part of that senior class with Reagan Murphy as well. So, Garrigan, you know, that first set to win by 10 when, you know, you really didn't have your normal starting lineup. Your routine's a little bit different of senior night. I thought the seniors who maybe don't normally play a whole lot really stepped it up big. Yeah,
and the seniors that don't normally play a lot, they're solid players. Elena Casey, Kyra Dyke, everyone's good. And, you know, it's just the way when you get to that varsity level and you put all this time into a sport, you know, all these years of playing in the gym with your teammates, you know, you go to every single practice, you do just as much as everyone else, you lift weights with everyone. It just doesn't always translate into playing time. But that's nothing new for these Garrigan girls because, you know, we've watched Audie Crooks and Molly Joyce, who started varsity basketball as a freshman, you know, and a lot in volleyball as well. So these girls, a lot of these girls have seen that reality that, you know, sometimes underclassmen are going to play in front of upperclassmen, and they all know how to handle it, and they all deal with it really well. You know, if you have a system where it's always seniors driven, it's tough when that team comes through and then the seniors have to ride the pine. But these girls are fantastic. Great senior night, great team, great win. Let's move on.
No doubt about it, as Bishop Garrigan will move on to Thursday night. Just 2 matches left in the regular season, both non-conference. They host Newell Fonda on Thursday night. Then next week it'll be a crosstown trip over to Algona High School. That will wrap it up for tonight. For my partner, Beanie Bodie, I'm Tyler Lance. One quick final thank you to our video streaming sponsors, Bauer Plumbing and Heating of Emmitsburg and Algona, Algona Municipal Utilities, Chemna Auto Center, Algona State Farm Insurance Agent Billy Offerman, and Iowa State Bank. Big thank you to all our sports club members as well, making this broadcast possible. Once again, Bishop Garrigan defeats West Hancock in straight sets, 25-15, 25-14, and 25-15.